How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I am Nick here with Ryan and Ty.
What up?
All right, so we have a new artist today, and that artist is the Icicle Works. Now, this is just one of the kind of random requests. If the band name intrigues me, like, I'm going to see what's up. And this band name certainly got my attention. None of us have ever heard of this band. How do you feel about icicles, though?
I don't know what to think.
I love icicles.
You don't know what to think, and the other person says, I love them. The Icicle Works are an English alternative rock band and were named after the 1960 short story, The Day the Icicle Works Closed, by science fiction author Frederick Pohl. Led by singer-songwriter Ian McNabb, the band released 5 albums from 1984 to 1990, before breaking up in 1991. McNabb later convened a revised lineup of the band in 2006 to play live shows. This revived lineup still plays sporadic live dates. So they pretty much had their heyday, and seemed like that was it. Just a few hits, but, I mean, good for them. I mean, if you were ever relevant in music, that's something to brag about. The song we're listening to today is their biggest hit. It's called Birds Fly, Whisper to a Scream. And Ty was like, well, the lyrics page right here says something different. Apparently, it's also known as Whisper to a Scream, Birds Fly. I really didn't see an explanation for that. I think it's just in different countries. I mean, I don't know. I've never really heard that happen for a song ever. Where
Yeah, you don't see worlds apart separate ways.
I mean, so I don't know. That's kind of strange. Okay, here's some usage in media. It's in the popular Canadian teen drama Degrassi. Degrassi.
Yeah, I think it's Degrassi.
The Next Generation, which is known for naming each episode after a hit 1980s song. And they named an episode after the song.
Featuring Drake.
It's in an episode of Grey's Anatomy, which is another show that uses song titles for episode titles. This was a title. The melody of the song was adapted for use in a series of Budweiser commercials. The song was used during the end credits of Season 2, Episode 7 of the show Stranger Things. A cover of the song by the group Soho was used in the 1996 film Scream. I'm thinking that we will recognize this.
Something in it.
Because I feel like out of all the decades, I feel like 80s is just the most recognizable.
Yeah.
Because just the sound of the 80s. So we'll see, but the title is not familiar.
No.
At all. This is from the self-titled debut album released in 1984. So here we go. This is the Icicle Works, Birds Fly, Whisper to a Scream. Interesting.
This is very interesting.
I can see this being on Stranger Things.
Yeah. It's probably the one that most matched the best when it comes to using the media.
Kind of has like the drums kind of remind me like of a Hawaii 5-0 type of thing.
So did they say this was in Scream? Or did they cover a song in Scream?
There's a band that covered this song. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
I don't remember.
It was probably okay. So I could see this being whenever. So if you remember in Scream, it's picturing high school.
Yeah.
So when it first shows high school and it's panning down, I can see it being the song. You know how when they first got those little upbeat old 80s songs?
It's always like when
and they're showing kids
school.
walking to school or talking. I can see that being the song, but it's a different band, obviously.
I feel like we've had a lot of songs on the channel where we're like, oh, this is definitely Slow Dance at the Prom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't had a lot of songs where this is like where everybody's moving at the prom.
Yeah.
We haven't had a lot of those, but this is one of them.
So
in the 80s.
So in the beginning, it sounded like, so y'all don't remember Dewey, right? In the Scream?
Yeah.
You know his theme song when he comes around? You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, I'm not sure.
He has his own sound when he shows up. Any type of...
Oh, does he?
Is it the song?
Well, in the beginning, it sounded like that. I was like, is this the actual song? Because they only use the
Dewey
instrumental.
song.
Yeah, they only use the instrumental in that. I was like, ooh, is there... Like, play it again. Hold on.
That bass.
That's him when he shows up at any point in time.
So then do they still use it? Because he's in all
I don't
the
know if
other
it's
movies.
this song or if it's a different song, but that's when I first thought of it. I was like, oh, is that his theme? Because he has his own little theme
Dewey's
song.
theme.
Yeah, you can look it up. It's fire.
This bass, well, first off, listen to the reverb on this. Yeah.
It's going through the halls.
Yeah, we were talking about that Donnie Darko scene.
Yeah.
Tears for Fears, Head Over Heels. I feel like you could have used this song as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you just walked in, slow motion.
I wanted to be with you.
Your crush like slowly turns her head.
Yeah.
It's like barely
Shuts her
acknowledges you.
locker. And you turn back around.
And right behind, like her boyfriend's right there, and you're like, oh god,
There's that jock with the jacket and the letter on it.
not him. Why are you with him?
Right.
But this bass though,
It's nice.
oh
Yeah, that was a little weird.
big
Yeah.
boys don't cry.
I didn't know what that was at first. I was like, is that how they're going? Is that how the song's going to go?
Yeah.
No, this bass, the bass tone reminded me of the Twin Peaks theme, though. So let's see if I'm onto something here.
Kind
You know
of.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's like slower. It's like slowed down.
Yeah. I just feel like it's a similar tone.
That's how it...
Hear that?
Yeah.
Maybe it was the same bass.
Yep.
Look up...
Same exact bass.
Look up Dewey's theme song when he walks up.
Dewey's theme song.
I don't know. I'm telling you.
theme song.
Say, or you can look up song plays when Dewey walks up.
Dewey, Scream.
Theme. There you go.
Theme.
Theme song. Oh, wait, here it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hang on,
Dun,
hang on a
dun,
second.
dun.
Hang on a second.
That's exactly what I heard.
Yeah.
It plays every time he shows up.
You are right. I never even noticed that. Hey guys, Dewey's here. That's the vibe it gives off.
Dun, 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 dun. Every time.
It's like him and Gail just like
Yes.
flirting with each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same bass.
Every time.
Same bass on 3 different tracks. Oh my
I
goodness.
think we're starting to find a pattern in these 80s songs.
Yeah. That is crazy.
Well, that don't play. I think they re-looped that part.
That is a cool theme though. It starts out like
I didn't know it started out like
sounds
that.
like something completely different.
Yeah.
And I said the drums reminded me of Hawaii Five-O. I think I meant Wipeout.
Yeah.
Wipeout. You know,
Yeah.
that type of thing. Let's run this back. I mean, it definitely brings back memories and reminds us of
Cross times.
I like that tone. I want candy.
Yeah, yeah.
Love come down upon us to your flow like water boiling with the hope of insight feathered. Look at the
And here is your king and queen.
Yeah.
I really like the bass in that.
Yeah.
I think the bass is really good. Drums are really, really fun. It kind of gives me a vibe of The Cure, maybe a little Depeche Mode. It reminds me of some of those bands for sure. They're just that kind of British wave, British new wave, I think is a good way of putting it. Man, I wish this was a shorter song.
Yeah.
I would have ended this maybe like 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Probably.
How many we are's?
Yeah. Yeah. Take away like 2 or 3 we are's and we're good.
I like that, but it definitely drug on too much. Now they did at the end kind of
try to put stuff in it.
Yeah, they changed it a little bit, so that was appreciated. But it still went on too far. So I think if you chopped a minute off of this, a minute and 15 seconds, something like that it would probably make my playlist. Is it a bad song? No, I actually think this is a kind of a feel good song. It does remind me of. Just prom vibes. It's not going to be on my playlist, but I do think this would be good in the right setting. I mean, we say that a lot, but I think it is very important that we actually would like to hear some of these songs again, just in a particular realm, I guess you would say.
Realm.
Realm.
I'm surprised I never heard that before. And I can definitely see like why it was used in media.
I just went on a roller coaster, to be honest with you. When it started, I was like, okay. And then I was like, no, I don't really like this. And then we played it back, and I was like, okay, I do like this. This is catchy. And then it dragged on. So I just was on a roller coaster the whole time. It did drag on too long, and I was starting to get bored towards the end.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I wouldn't add it just because of the end. But maybe if I just add it, and then I'll just have to skip it. Right when I get tired, I just skip.
Yeah.
I'll just cut that out myself. So it is catchy that we are part. I can see that's gravitating, but it's just not enough for me.
Yeah.
So it's very mid.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
Well, for me, it does make playlists, and I'll just do what you said. Just skip the end. Because I like the song. I think it's a really good song.
Yeah.
But the end was too much for me. And I'm the one.
And you're the repeater.
Yeah, I like the repeater, but I like when you change it up though.
Yeah,
I don't mind the same lyrics, but change your voice or change like you say they try to add little things here and there at the end, but just wanted.
You wanted some of that. Somebody back there. We are.
I mean something, just something. He just kept saying the same thing. It was the same voice. So like you said, I got bored with it. So I just decided it went a little too long, but I do like. I think the bass was the most thing to me because what I remembered of making that connection with the movie.
Yeah.
So
there are better 80s songs. There are lots of better 80s songs, but the 80s are just so good, which makes it kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of like it just because it has that 80s sound.
Yeah. Again, I probably wouldn't really seek this out, but I don't think it should be just buried in the 80s either.
There's way worse songs.
Yeah, I mean it's again you say mid, but I think it can be a little better than that. But you are right, like the 80s.
It's mid with the way it ends. If it was chopped, it's not mid. It's solid. It's solid if it was shorter.
And I saw other like links of this song on here, but from what I understand,
can we get a radio edit version?
They probably do cut that off at the end on the radio.
Well, I only saw longer cuts of this, is what I'm saying.
Oh, really? There's a longer?
I didn't see any shorter cuts.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Longer? Oh, no. I don't know if I can take it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be something kind of different. I mean, who knows? But sometimes you guys are like, man, you didn't get the right version. Well, I mean, we're at the official channel here.
That's what they posted. So.
And if it's like the one with the most views, like we just assume that that's it.
Yep.
And most of the time we get it right. But every now and then, some of these songs that aren't as well known, you can sometimes get it wrong.
Blame YouTube.
It happens. This does have a place in music for sure. But just like, we talked about how their career just kind of like they had their heyday and that was it. I kind of feel like this song probably, it kind of mirrors that, right? It's like, oh, it's a good song, and it's like, okay, I'm done with it now. Can we move on? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to make a connection there.
But the Icicle works. Indeed, it does.
Yeah, we've heard way, way worse on the channel. You say this is probably mid on the channel, so, well, maybe not. But
no, it's not. It's not. It's not.
It's low tier, but it's not a bad song at all. Like
It's not Rob Zombie.
hey, you put that on, I'll have a good time.
Yeah.
So if a song does that, then hey, 2 thumbs up in that regard. So the Icicle works. It certainly does. That's it, guys. Don't forget to drop a like, and as always, please tell us your views.
Thank you for subscribing and clicking that bell.
Peace out.